You know what really grinds my gear? Okay. For you know what really grinds my gear, I've written down some things because sometimes I have things like all in my mind, and then when the recorder actually comes on, I can't really think of anything to talk about. So first, I'm gonna begin with no BFI. I have this saying that's that I always say now, no BFI. And if you guys do not know what BFI is basically a garbage waste management company or whatever. I didn't even have to say garbage, but waste management company. I know it from Louisiana. I don't really know if they have it out here in Georgia, but my sister says they do, but I haven't really seen it. But basically, when I say no BFI, I mean don't bring me your garbage. Like you have somebody trying to spit game at you, but it's basically stink and lame. It's just garbage. I don't want it. No BFI here. No BFI. So you might catch yourself start saying that when a dude try to get at you. Hey, little mama, got this for you. Be like, dude, no BFI, okay? Basically. Oop, dropped my pen. Okay. Next, what grinds my gear? What grinds my gear number 2. Whew. I know so many people can relate to this. Stink breath. Like, honestly, I don't know if a lot of people just don't brush their teeth like they're supposed to, and I'm sorry for some people who kind of have that little disease thingy, or those little balls that be back there that kind of make your breath stink. I'm sorry to, I guess, to you. But to the people who have no specific reason to why your breath stink besides just not plain brushing your freaking teeth, that really grinds my gears. Have you ever been next to someone whose breath's like so... I had to think about what I was going to say just now. Sometimes my mind works faster than my mouth, I guess you can say. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying. Then this close to you and their breath is like, oh my gosh, would you get out of my face? I don't care, that's why I said that. Okay, honestly, have you ever been next to someone whose breath was so stink it smells like horse rectum? And horse butt is pretty much stink enough. And no, I haven't been sniffing horse butts, even though it kind of seemed like I have. But you know, if you smell horse's poo, it stinks. So imagine how the rectum smells. You know, I used to have a friend that used to hate for me to say rectum, so I used to just say rectum. You're like, ugh, kill him, stop. Rectum. I actually think it's a funny word. I call my sister rectum sometimes, which is pretty weird. But okay, dude, honestly, no offense to this person in no type of way, and I hope you don't watch this video, and you probably will, so I'm not I'm not gonna say the place or the time. But back to what I was saying, I've been next to someone whose breath like so stink. It's like, oh, like his breath is so stink. Why don't he stop talking? It's getting on my nerves. Like, breath so stink. Like, honestly, true statement right here. Breath so stink, you're watching TV or whatever, and they keep asking you questions about that TV show, and you force yourself to go to sleep just so they could stop talking. Like, that type of so stink or whatever. Have you ever had anyone's breath that stink? Okay, next story. Not story, but next grind my gear. Salespeople in the mall. Okay, I don't have the hugest problem with salespeople in the mall, but I do have a problem with salespeople in the mall. Like, honestly, if I'm walking through and you ask me to come over and I shake my head no, don't say, oh, just come over, come over. No, if I already say no, that means I do not want to come. If I wanted to come with me walking, blah, 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 I would have just ventured off over there to myself. And I keep saying no offense, but no offense to anyone who actually works those things or whatever. I would not be able to work those things because I can't imagine aggravating people like you guys aggravate me and my family. And you know what's funny? Me and my sister and her 2 kids went to the mall the other day, and we were walking through, and the dude was trying to get us to come over. We were like, no thank you, or whatever. He was still trying to get us to go over there, and my nephew decides to, like, still try to walk over there. My sister's like, look at that boy, he's going over there and stuff, and then we're like, Timmy, come on, Timmy. I didn't even want to say his name, but okay, hi, my nephew's name is Timmy. But anyway, he was like, what? The man was calling us. Why didn't we go over there? And we were like, Timmy, you don't have to go. He was like, what? And it's like, dude, you don't have to go. So my whole point of saying that is, quit calling people to come over if they already told you no. That's pretty darn aggravating if you ask me. Next, I know a lot of women can relate to this, like a lot. Have you ever had somebody just stare at you? Like, mainly women do this to women, which is weird. And not weird, but it's funny because I don't know why so much hatred is amongst the female. I don't even know the word for it or whatever. But I hate it when people stare at me and I smile at them and they either look away or they just act like they don't see me smiling. If I say, hey, or if I say, hey, how are you doing, because you're staring at me, so I might as well say something since you're not going to say anything. And then you still don't say anything. Case and scenario. When I went to the store to go get something for my sister, I don't even remember when or whatever, I was in there and I was walking down the aisle. You know how you can feel somebody staring at you? I felt this chick staring at me, so I turned around and I smiled at her, and she made a face like this, like I did something. So I'm like, okay, and I like kept walking because I'm like, okay, why stare at me if when I smile at you all you're gonna do is make a funny face like I'm crazy? No, heifer, you're crazy. Like, honestly, people, do not stare if you're not gonna compliment, say hi, how are you doing, or anything. It's bis isn't even a word. I can make it a word though. Honestly, it's just plain rude. Honestly. Okay, next subject. Subject grinds my gear, crap, blah 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 blah. I think I'm talking too much, really, huh? Yeah, maybe. But this is me. You're learning to love me. Oh yeah, people who don't clean up their dogs' poo. That right there is a major thing, because today we were riding. Well, not me riding, I was driving. It's just kidding. I'm such a such a smart loser. Okay, well, I'm not a loser. According to Emily, I am, but I am not a loser. Okay, we were riding. We saw one of the Petco people letting their dog poo on side of what's that shoe store name? Oh, shoe department or whatever. And then she just left it and kept walking. That was so gross. I wanted to record her and go show it to the people who own shoe department or the managers or whatever, to say, hey, Petco people are letting their dogs on your property, basically, or whatever. But I hate it because especially on Kennesaw Mountain. It could be anywhere, but on Kennesaw Mountain, they freaking have signs up and all that, and they even give you bags to put your dog's poo-poo in or whatever, and then they have the little trash cans for you to go put it in there, and people refuse to listen. I don't know how many times me and my fam have walked up Kennesaw Mountain and saw turds like just on the ground and stuff, and then my sister's like, Kim, watch out that you don't step in it and you have to smell that crap too. It's disgusting. People, please listen to the people and take your freaking bags and put your dog poo in the bag. If you're not going to even be considerate enough to clean up the dog poo, don't bring your dog on the mountain. As simple as that. And as you can see, that really grinds my gears because that's really gross. Even when I was in Texas and I used to walk around a lake and I used to see dog poo, it was just gross. Like, seriously. Honestly. But okay, if you have any topics or anything you want to talk about or anything that grinds your gears, please, please, please give them to me either in a message or as a comment, and we're gonna get this crack-a-lacking. Come on, you guys, let's start getting me some subscribers. And I'm honestly talking to myself, I guess, since I have no subscribers yet. But if you watching this, subscribe. Come on, subscribe. Don't be a BFI person. Wait, no. I wonder if I can change that, because okay, no, scratch out the last line, but okay, subscribe. You know what really grinds my gears?